Hello, viewers. Welcome to Football Discussion Daily. I'm your host, CGO. Please endeavor to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and other social media platforms. Thank you very much. On the show, we'll be talking about games that will be played on Tuesday, June 30th, 2026. The round of 32 games at the ongoing FIFA World Cup. The fixtures are like this. Cote d'Ivoire, they also call them Ivory Coast. They'll be slugging it out with Norway at 1 p.m. Eastern Time at the Dallas Stadium. And then the second game for uh, the round of 32, scheduled for Tuesday, 30th, 2026, is going to be France, the Les Bleus. They'll be playing against Sweden at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. The game will be played at the New York, New Jersey Stadium. The stadium is also called the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. So that's where the game will be taking place. And the last game for Tuesday will be the game between Mexico, one of the co-host nations, playing against Ecuador. The game will be played at the Estadio Azteca, also known as the Mexico City Stadium. So that's where that game will be played. Looking at the game between Norway and Ivory Coast, definitely is going to be an interesting game. Both sides haven't met each other before. They haven't played even at the World Cup. So this is the first time both sides will be confronting each other at the World Cup. And definitely it's going to be an exciting game, looking at the way both teams have so far performed at the ongoing World Cup. Cote d'Ivoire played against Ecuador. They got a victory in their first group game in Group E, and they played against the Germans, and they lost 2-1. That was a game they shouldn't have lost, but they didn't take advantage of the opportunity that came their way in that game. And despite taking the lead, the Germans were able to come back in that encounter, and they defeated the Ivorians. In their last game, they were able to get the much desired victory, winning their last game to qualify. That was against Curacao. They were able to get a 2-0 victory. And I remember in that game, Nicolas Pepe was able to get a brace in that encounter. For Norway, they played against Iraq, and they were able to get the victory against Iraq in their first game, winning 4-1. And then in their second game against Senegal, they won 3-2. And then their final game, where they rested 10 of their regulars, they lost 4-1 in that encounter. So the players like Martin Odegaard were rested. Erling Haaland was rested in that game as well. So what it means is that 10 of the players that started the previous two games before they played against France in their last game were rested. So what it means is that they have almost a full week of recovery. So they will look more fresh compared to the players that will be playing for the Ivory Coast, because most of the Ivory Coast regular players had to play their last game against Curacao in order to get victory, because it was a very important game. They only had 3 points as at when they played Curacao, so they needed to win in order to guarantee their spot in the round of 32. So in times of freshness, the Norwegians will look more fresh because they've had more resting time compared to the Ivory Coast regular players. So we'll be seeing Erling Haaland playing this game. He already has 4 goals in this competition. It's one of those in contention for the Golden Boot at the ongoing FIFA World Cup. And we know what an Haaland can do when opportunity comes his way. So the Cote d'Ivoire defense will have a lot of work to do in order to stop Erling Haaland in this particular encounter. So players like Usman, Diomande, and Odilon Kosono have to really be very wary of Ellen Haaland going into this encounter, because Ellen Haaland is a very, very dangerous player. We know what he can do when you give him space, you give him the opportunity, he will definitely punish the opponent. So they have to be wary of him. They have to stop him in order to get a positive result in this encounter. Ivory Coast will be missing they will be missing they will be missing one of their regular starter, Wilfred Singo. Wilfred Singo has been very, very outstanding for the Ivorians at this World Cup. He has an hamstring injury, and I'm sure the Ivorians will really miss his presence going into this encounter. And in this encounter, there's going to be a serious battle in the midfield between Martin Odegaard and Frank Casey. So Frank Casey has to stop Martin Odegaard, because you know what Martin Odegaard can do when it comes to uh, creating of opportunities. He's a player that knows how to uh, use pocket of space when you give him the opportunity. So that's going to be a battle between those two players. So uh, Frank Casey has to stop Martin Odegaard, try to frustrate him not to be able to dictate the tempo of the game, because it's going to be a serious battle in the midfield. And then players like Ahmad Diallo, they are one of those players that will be a very big threat to the Norwegians, because we know what Ahmad Diallo can do when he plays from the wings. A very, very dangerous player, has very pacey. And then we also have Yan Diomande, who has been very impressive at this competition. A 19-year-old Yan Diomande has really been very good. And when it comes to driving the transitional play, he has been very good. And we've seen how he has been able to engineer goals for Cote d'Ivoire again, I mean, their game against Curacao and Ecuador. So it's one player that the Norwegians will have a lot of work to do in order to stop him, because that guy is very good when it comes to dribbling and very, very pacey player. So it's going to be a very tight game. This is a game that I won't say there's a clear favorite because both sides, I think they are almost at the same level. So it can go either way when you look at what both teams have done. So it's going to be a very interesting game. I'm looking forward to see how both sides will be able to match each other. Uh, Nicolas Pepe also has opportunity to increase the number of goals he has scored in this competition. He has 2 goals so far. So this is an opportunity for him to help his country, Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast, to advance to the next round of the competition. So we'll wait and see what happens between Norway and Cote d'Ivoire in the round of 32. And then in the next game between the French, Le Bleu, and the Sweden, definitely the French are favorites to win this particular encounter. Both sides have played each other on 23 occasions, and the French team have won 12 times. Sweden won 6, and then we have 5 draws. So when you look at it, looking at the past encounter of both sides, and if you look at the current form of both sides, the French Le Bleu are favored to win this particular encounter. But French team have players like Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe has 4 goals already. We've seen the exploit of Michael Olise this competition, the way he has been operating from the right flank. Very dangerous player. Apart from the quality of player, the French team um, parades. When you look at even those who are sitting on the bench, i- those are very outstanding players, especially their forward players, because you have a player like Bradley Bacola, who might be sitting on the bench, and you have a Desiree Due playing maybe from the left flank. They have Usman Dembele, Ballon d'Or winner at the reigning Ballon d'Or winner in that squad. And then you look at the midfield, you have Chouameni, you have uh, Rabiot, and then you go to the defense. Saliba is there, Upamecano is there, those Conde is playing from the right side. Honestly, the team is highly loaded. It's a star-studded team. And the Swedish, we really have to be very tactical going into this game if they really want to get something out of this particular encounter. In times of dominance, ball possession, the French will most likely have more possession of the ball going into this game uh, because they have players who are very good on the ball compared to the Swedish side. Sweden will be banking on the striking partnership of Victor Goykores and Alexandra Isak to help them. And then we'll be having um, Anthony Elanga, also helping the team to thrive in this particular encounter. I will not forget Ayari. Ayari has been one of those players that have been very impressive for the Swedish side in this competition. And one thing I've loved about him is apart from his runs, trying to create space, create opportunity for others, I love shooting. His shooting accuracy is something that is very good. And we saw the way he was able to score two beautiful goals against Tunisia. Those were very wonderful goals he scored. Even against the Dutch, he was very unlucky. He didn't get into the scoring sheet on that particular day because he took some very good shots and he was looking as if he would get a goal in that game, but it never happened. So these are the players that can be of help, players that can make a difference for the Swedish side when they play against the French in that particular encounter. But if I'm to make my prediction, I think the French side will most likely get victory in that encounter. If Sweden wins, then that would be a very big upset. But looking at the form of both sides, looking at the quality of players they have, I think the French side most likely come out victorious. And then in the game between um, Mexico and Ecuador, both sides have played each other on 28 occasions, and the Mexicans have been very dominant when it comes to the head-to-head record. They've won 17 of those 28 games they've played together, and then Ecuador have only 4 wins, and then we have 7 draws. So when you look at head-to-head, the Mexicans have better advantage. In the last 3 meetings of both sides, uh, their game ended in a draw. That was what happened when both sides met the last 3 times. And then I think they've only met once at the World Cup, and that was in 2002 World Cup in Korea and Japan. And the Mexicans defeated Ecuador at that World Cup at the group stage, 2 goals to 1. Coincidentally, it is the same manager handling Mexico now. Javier Aguirre is the one who handled the team in 2002 World Cup. So we'll be looking forward to see what the Mexicans will be able to do in this particular encounter. One thing that would work in favor of Mexico is the fact that they'll be playing at the Estadio Azteca. They are playing at home. They'll have all the support of their supporters. I think Ecuador will be under a lot of pressure because the kind of support Mexico will get in this game will be very massive. Apart from that, Mexico have been very good in this competition. We saw them play against South Africa. They won 2-0. They played against uh, Czechia. They got victory. That was in their last game where they won 3-0. Their second game against South Korea, they won 1-0. So they won all 3 games and they've not conceded any goal. So that's the one beautiful thing about the Mexican team. They've scored 6 goals without conceding any. So what it shows is that they are a very disciplined side, highly organized side, and players to watch out for from the Mexican side. We have to watch out for wide attackers like Julian Quinones, who has been very good. And then they also have Gilberto Mora, who has also been very good in this competition. Players with great energy, very pacey. And then they have Raul Jimenez, who is their point man at this competition, and we know how experienced he is. Uh, these are players that will be leading the attack of the Mexicans. The Ecuador defense will really have a lot to worry going into this game. And then we are going to have a midfield battle between Caicedo and Edson Alvarez of Mexico. So it's going to be a battle of the midfield. So watch out to see which of the midfield will take full control of the game. So we are going to see physical prowess because Edison Alvarez very very physical, and we all know the way Moise Caicedo plays, also very physical. And one quality about Caicedo is his ball winning ability, something that we must not ignore. So it's really going to be an interesting game between both sides. But the advantage the Mexicans will have, the fact that they are playing at home, and that might be one of the things that will help them in this encounter. For me, I'll be tipping Mexico to go ahead in this particular encounter, but it's really going to be a very close one. So that is what I think would happen at the end of the day. But in football, anything can happen. A lot of factors can come in and change the whole dynamics of the game. So that is it. So please, viewers, if you have your thoughts, you have your prediction, please feel free to share it with us. Thank you very much for watching and do have a wonderful time. Bye for now.